South Africa is mourning the passing of one of its musicians this morning. Rapper ProKid passed away last night after suffering a seizure. South Africans have taken to social media to pay homage to him. Linda Mkhize is being hailed as a pioneer and a gentle giant. He first shot to fame through his hit song Soweto. The multi-award winner was the first South African rapper to have a sneaker line as well.
I think there was more, I think there was more, that ProKid could have done. But most importantly, I think there was an opportunity just to own the legacy of what he introduced in the market and take it further, But I mean, that's me as an outsider. I'm sure it's always going to be based on how he feels or how anyone feels about what they've done. But I think sometimes you don't know how valuable you are, which is what I'd always say to him. You don't know how valuable you are until you believe it. It doesn't matter how many times people tell you,
For more on this, we are now joined on the phone line by musician and businessman DJ Sbu. Good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us here on Afro Worldview. South Africa and people the world over really waking up this morning to the sad and devastating news that we have lost one of South Africa's greatest hip-hop artists, ProKid. Your reaction on this news?
It's obviously it was a shock. Like everybody else, now I'm really shocked. He was still young. He still had a great life to live, and he had a whole lot of contribution to still make in society. And just to lose him at such an early age is quite a blow. But not only the music industry, I think the country as a whole, a lot of people today, they're running family, household, people are leaders in corporate. People have grown through Pro's music based on the work that he's put in. He is, I never say one off when it comes to Pro. I always say the number one lyricist in South Africa. I've always said that to his face. The country knows it. The hip-hop community itself says that all the time. And the role that he played through his music is undeniable. And for me to have had an opportunity to work with him, travel the country, go to shows, I've seen Pro change people's lives in front of my eyes, pull out his friends from poverty and put them onto his team to run his Dankistan label, which did very well. I've seen him make people, even including his brother, his own family, his team members. Right now we've got young people that are doing well, but they were groomed by Pro, people like Abu Red Bati, and I can only imagine how they feel wherever they are. I can only imagine all the other guys that I haven't seen in a while where they are today. But the role that he played is obviously very, very big in society. Through his literature, through his poetry, you can say so much in 3 minutes on a hip-hop song. You just imagine the words that he put together through all those songs that he did and the hit songs. And may his soul rest in peace. I just think for his family, my heart bleeds for his mother. Happy Women's Day to his mother. It's quite a tough one to say Happy Women's Day on a day like this.
It is very difficult, DJ Sbu. You've spoken now about the impact and the difference he's made in the lives of various people around him. But let's talk a little bit about the contribution that he's made to music and the genre of hip-hop in South Africa and on the African continent. What difference did his contribution make to that genre of music?
I'm sure right now when you listen to television ads or you listen to radio ads, you hear people say, press up, push up, panda, play, all these things that they say. That's how he shifted culture. Till today, his words are echoing in corporate corridors because those young people who were at university at the time or who were in high school at the time are now in corporate corridors. Some of them are in corporate leadership, in offices, and their ideas are inspired by his works that he penned down in his own bedroom when he was writing down his music. It shows you when they say, words and stone, but words can make such a big difference, and that's exactly what he did to Pro. With just his words, he would stand on stage and move crowds, thousands of people, with just his words and a microphone on stage. You just give him a microphone, ask any rapper in this country, they'll tell you who they think the best is, and ask any rapper when it comes to conscious becoming a township ghetto street poet, and I think he was that. He represented, you sort of could see a picture when he rapped about how Soweto looked like, or how growing up in Soweto was like, or how Soweto as a township was like, whether through happy times, through celebrating Soweto, or whether through uplifting people with conscious and positive music. That was Pro. He shifted a culture, he shifted a generation, and that is undeniable because his music lives forever. And I'm forever indebted to him for having given me an opportunity to work with him for a couple of years of his career.
DJ Sbu, Pro was really a pioneer in South African hip hop. I mean, he paved the way in many ways for young and upcoming musicians. Just on your opinion on whether or not we are honoring people in this industry enough who are pioneers and who have taken the first steps and who have made the road easier for up and coming artists and musicians. Are we taking that task seriously enough when it comes to honoring these sort of people?
The only way we can honor them is through what the debate that was had a few years ago of 90% local music. That's the only way we can honor musicians in this country. That was a beautiful policy. We're all going to get used to it over time. But if you look at things right now, things have changed. Everybody's pro-Africa. Everybody's pro our clothing, our cultures, etc. And I'm talking about the whole world on a bigger scale now. It shows you that we are not celebrating ourselves enough because we are still pro-Western world or pro-Western music or pro this and that, which is nothing wrong for us to like international inspiration or international influence. But celebrating our own starts from changing policy and making it a law that we prioritize our own over any other. And not only in music, whether it's fashion, whether it's television production, whether it's music. I don't even think that policy was supposed to only be inflicted at the SABC. It was supposed to have been done by ICASA, such that every platform in this country prioritizes local over international. But other than that, we as human beings, the only thing we can do is to enjoy the music, buy the music, love the artists, go to their shows, because they also get us going through our own lives, because everybody has got their own challenges in living this life thing. We're all figuring it out. Nobody has got a manual on how you live this life, and how we live it. That soundtrack is brought to us by musicians, and they play a very big role, and Pro was one of those musicians that played that bigger role to the youth of this country, and he still did. Even till today, I had heard he was doing some work with other artists, the comeback album, though I was not working with him anymore because I'm not working in the music industry like I used to anymore, but I had heard that he was working on a new album. I thought I was going to hear it, and it was unfortunate that I would hear of his passing this morning.
Unfortunate indeed. DJ Sbu, thank you very much for joining us this morning and speaking on this very sad news that South Africans woke up to this morning, the passing of musician ProKid. May his soul rest in peace, and obviously condolences to all of his friends, his family members and his fans.